Hello, Internet Nation. Alex and Ashley here. Um, so it's another night that I tried to go to sleep early. I was just feeling like I ate and then I fell asleep and then I wanted to go to sleep because I was tired. And I was only asleep for like 4 hours. I woke up around 12. I'm always waking up around 12 when I try to go to sleep early. The rate in which I keep seeing shadowy figures has been increasing lately, especially the size of said creatures. Um, anyway. So, like, it's Thursday? Thursday? Or. No, yeah, it's Thursday. Because I talked to my therapist yesterday. And I was telling her about, like, everything that happened last night, or this morning, I guess. And my vocal cords feel weird, which is funny. But yeah. So I told my therapist about what happened last night, and it's funny. Is it funny or is it sad? That literally, like, everybody that I was telling this situation about, I just got confused because, anyway, I'll get to that later. But, everybody I was telling about what was happening agrees that I shouldn't quit cold turkey, which I find, like, funny because it's not, like, I'm not having withdrawals or anything. It's just the significance of why I smoke. Because, like, last night I was freaking out because of so many reasons, like, just so many little things piling onto each other, all concluding in, like, I'm in pain and I'm alone. But then my bro ended up coming over, and the ironic part is, like, as soon as he said he would come over, I was fine. Like, to the point where if he was like, no, I actually can't come over because it was like 12, like 12 in the morning, I think. Yeah, it's like 12 in the morning. And he lives on Staten Island. And it's like, it's a little impossible to travel in the city currently because everything closes at like, or all the trains close at 1. But he took a cab because I guess I'm important or some shit. But yeah, so he came over and I felt better after that because, like, he's been coming over. Like, every time I message him in the middle of the night, in the middle of like a crisis, he's been coming over. He's been like sending me money when I'm like broke so I can get food, which is really cool because he's really been like actually being there compared to like before where he just sucked. He's also been like recommending stuff because last time he was like, do you need me to send you money? And I was like, yes, please. Which is nice to like have people offer things instead of always having to like ask for things, because it's like, if I'm letting you know that I'm like broke and starving, why are you violating like that? And I know it's some unnecessary Facebook message. Anyway, it's like, y'all, I'm not on Facebook. I understand that all my like Instagram stuff gets uploaded to Facebook, but I only ever log into Facebook to go to Nendoroid groups. I don't do anything else. I don't have Messenger on my phone, and I never feel like going on Messenger on my computer unless it's to like check on the status of a cosplay item that I commissioned like a year ago. Other than that, don't add me, don't message me, don't comment. Well, you can comment on my shit, but like, I'm just not gonna respond because I'm not on Facebook. But so this month I'm gonna focus on moderation more so than quitting, I guess. I'm gonna try and smoke to sleep, eat, and calm down. And then I'm also going to try and develop a healthy eating habit, a healthy eating pattern, because I usually only eat like once a day. But that doesn't give me enough energy to like work out, maybe? I don't know. Because technically I haven't been eating like full meals recently. And just like at one point, I don't know, things just kind of switched. Oh, right. Because I stopped smoking. So everything just kind of switched. I don't know if you can tell, but my voice sounds a little raw right now. I'm not sure why. Probably from when I was coughing earlier. Because I was smoking to eat. Which was successful. Because I smoked a little bit. And then got hungry. So then I had some pizza and some mozzarella sticks. Which I was not in the mood for food before that. But you know, it was something light. Mostly cheese and bread. But what you gonna do, as long as I'm not feeling nauseous, that's the first step to fixing this. I can focus on getting more variety into my body after the money clears into my account. And then, you know, I can do stuff like that. Like, I don't know, I'm gonna have to go back to like being a vegan, and or at least mostly being vegan, mostly eating vegan stuff, because all the processed stuff isn't really helping me. So I'm gonna try and do moderation. So like, how to transition. I was asleep and then I woke up really terribly. I think I fell asleep for like a hot second before I like went into REM, because I remember waking up and I had like I had some Brew, which is a YouTube channel, videos playing on my laptop, which is what my phone is chilling on. And, you know, because I like to listen to things when I fall asleep, and I wanted to listen to the scientifical fuckery that they be talking about on their channel as I fell asleep, opposed to like the usual audiobook. So I unplugged my laptop because this motherfucker just dies all the time. So I'm like, okay, I figure by the time it dies, I'll fall asleep, and then I won't have to worry about like the YouTube autoplay just playing videos all day. Cause like I'm not really a sensitive sleeper, but I'm a very aware sleeper, I guess. So a lot of times, like if a loud ad plays or like a loud theme song, because for some reason YouTubers never know how to like set a theme song or set music so it's not like the audio's like this loud, but then the music is like this loud. Like, you can chill with that, you know? Like, you know, you can bring the music down. Should I move that? Just leave it like that. So like that's usually up here, but it doesn't look right up with the light coming from down there. So I put on some brief videos, and then I ended up waking up after a little bit and plugging my laptop back in, because I wasn't sure if I'd be able to fall asleep again. But then I fell asleep after some time, and I had a nightmare. It's like I woke up from the dream and started contemplating what constitutes a nightmare. Because like nothing happened physically to me in the dream. I definitely went into the dream saying I was gonna like lucid dream. And then I just had one of those like weird nightmares that takes place in Grandma's house, which is this house that I've been like going to for a very long time. Since like I was a kid, there's this rendition of Grandma's house. And when I say Grandma's house, I mean this rendition, like it has the same energy as my mom's house in Belize. It's like a big house, but it's like, actually, was it Grandma's house? Because this was more of like an apartment building that looked like the interior. Wait, what the fuck? Because now that I'm thinking about it, some of the rooms I was running through, like this place had a lot of rooms. This building was huge. some of the places I was running through looked like the school that I sometimes have, or the school. I call it a school, but I don't really know what it is. It's like a big building and it has a lot of like classrooms and like bedrooms in it and stuff, and it also has like other things in it, but I haven't like fully explored the school because it's like a giant, it's like if Grand Central Terminal, is that the right, no, Port Authority, where's Grand Central? Oh, right, that's 42nd Street. It was like if Port Authority is 42nd Street too, but the other side of Manhattan. So it's like if Port Authority was like 5 stories, it's kind of like that. Except it's like the whole block, and I think Port Authority is just like this half of the block, and then this half is just like bus stuff. But if it's the whole block was just like Port Authority's big space, and then this rendition of Grandma's house, like I remember Grandma's house is like a house, but then this was kind of like a building because I went in through the side and it was attached to other buildings, so it's kind of like a conglomeration of all the spaces that I usually go in these weird fucked up dreams. But I remember I was going to the house and I think like my dad had gone somewhere, and I was being chased by these 2 dudes, and like this dream was definitely some kind of like psychological shit, but like, so I was being chased by these 2 dudes and I ran into the house, and just like Grandma's house, which I'm always like running through Grandma's house for some reason, probably because I was very afraid of that place as a kid. Like I heard stories of like how my sister rolled out of the window when she was sleeping on the bunk bed. So I was always afraid of rolling out the window because it's like the house is elevated for one. I don't know how one survives falling out the window on an elevated house, but okay. It was always dark as shit because it's like in the middle of a field. There aren't really a lot of lights outside, and you're not really surrounded by a lot of lights, so it's just darkness with dolls everywhere and like those ticking clocks all over the place, just making their ticking clock sounds. And you have like the nighttime animals outside in this pitch black house. And I think one time I went to Grandma's room and there was just like some kind of like bug all over Grandma's room, or it could have been a design and I thought it was a bug. I don't know. I've only been in there like one time because you're not supposed to go into Grandma's room, so I didn't go into Grandma's room. And then her basement looked freaky as fuck. All I remember from down there is like dark bedrooms that we've never gone in. And there was a bathroom with like a toilet that's like up some stairs on like a little pyramid. And it's just a toilet that's on the stairs. Like it's just a regular bathroom with like I think it had one of those floor showers where it's like, you know, shower on the wall and then you just have the little raised floor a little bit. Not really a curtain or anything. And then like a regular sink. Could you guys please shut up? Please shut up. Stop. You're distracting me. It's not even a Discord I'm active in. It's like everybody's just messaging right now. My phone was quiet a moment ago. But, yeah, and just, and plus that room was dark as shit. I don't know if there was, like, lights down there at all. So it's a place that's always been associated with a lot of fear. Not to mention that was the first time, like, me and a cousin tried to do the Bloody Mary thing, where you, like, say Bloody Mary 3 times in the dark, and I'm not going to say it again, because mirrors. But we did that at Grandma's house, and then all the stuff, and there were like rat bats in the ceiling. So there's a lot of fear associated with Grandma's house, and it's big and has a lot of stories, so I'm pretty sure my brain constructed this rendition of Grandma's house that just feels like Grandma's house, and it has like hundreds of rooms. So I ran into the house and I locked the door behind me, which the thing with Grandma's house in the dream is the front door is always hard to lock. There's always somebody trying to like break into the house and then get us and attack us, and there's always an issue keeping them out because the doors always fucking suck. And like there's always like windows. So like today I close the door and then I run to check the windows because that's what you do when you want to prevent intruders from getting in. And of course, because I guess my dad in the dream was an idiot, he left the window in the living room on the main floor wide open, which why would you do that? Why would you do that? Like the window was wide open. There was no gates, no like nothing blocking the window. The window's just wide open. And mind you, this window is on like ground level. So, like, I run to the window and close the window, and one of the guys that was chasing me was like, alright, bet, now you're locked in there with, what's his name? And I turn around, and the other guy that was looking for me is, like, up the stairs, and I see him, and I'm like, shit, I just locked myself in here with him when I couldn't really have, like, jumped out, because then I'd be dealing with the other guy. And then I run into the house to go hide, as you do. Because he's like, this big jock dude. There's these two big jock dudes. So, I don't really know what they wanted with me. I don't think I even knew in the dream. Like, I don't remember why they were chasing me. But I'm pretty sure in the dream, I didn't even fucking know why they were chasing me. Because, like, I didn't know what was going to happen if they caught me. For some reason, like, I really strongly wanted him, like, the guy in the house, to just fuck me. And I'm not sure why. But it was like, maybe I should just let myself be caught. And then just, like, tell him to fuck me. But then he might beat the shit out of me. But is that so bad? I mean, it is if they beat you to death. But, like, I'm dreaming, so, One of these days, my brain is going to realize you are in one of those, like, constructs that your brain keeps creating. You're at grandma's house, or you're at the school. You're dreaming. Wake up. Like, start lucid dreaming. So I'm running around the house, and, I'm doing the thing that I normally do or the thing that I would normally do if I was put in danger. Call the cops. I'm trying to call the cops, but, my phone sucks. Or my phone doesn't suck. Let me stop saying that my phone sucks. My phone doesn't suck, but at the same time, my phone is not the easiest. Like, my new phone, there's always a situation, Because, like, if this phone didn't have the broken screen, it's just easy as that to get into it. Unless it's just turned on, or has been a super, super long time since I last logged in. Then I just have to, like, put in the password, which is difficult now because of the flashing screen. But, like, this phone doesn't have this button on the back, so I can't just tap to unlock the button, because then half the time it's just like, nah, there's an error. And then because the screen is like, it's a Galaxy Note 10, so it has like the smooth screens that just go over the sides. It doesn't stop. Can you stop? Please. It doesn't stop like this and is nice and flat. It just completely goes over, which is kind of a terrible design flaw to a certain degree, because a lot of the times when I'm watching YouTube videos, please stop, nobody is talking to you. So, like, a lot of times when I'm watching YouTube videos, there'll be text at the bottom. So if somebody has, like, subtitles for what they're saying, a lot of the times the subtitles will be down here, so it shows up, like, off the screen in the case, and I can't read the subtitles. And a lot of the times, if I'm trying to, like, touch anything on the edges of the screen, there'll be a problem. So I'm trying to, like, call 911, and I'm having the hardest time opening the phone, and then the phone is doing the thing where it just, like, you type a button and it presses the wrong button, and mind you, I'm doing this while I'm running and trying to, like, navigate my way through the house. He also, like, sees me, so I have to, like, maneuver around to try and find somewhere to hide. And I'm trying to remember what happened first, because there was a moment in which I tried to hide in a closet. No, I woke up in the closet. Did I wake up in the closet? I remember things out of context. I remember when I stopped being chased, but there was a moment in which I was in the closet. Oh no, because I called the cops when I was in the closet. I had, like, managed to get my phone to dial 911. I'd, like, find some place to hide, and I was trying to call the cops, while also sitting there thinking, this closet is right next to this open door, because, like, you can't just, like, close the door to every room that you go in, because if every other door is open, they're gonna know where to look, So I had to be sneaky about it, but at the same time, I'm not the best runner, because I'm a walker. It's in the title, not the job title. It's also in the job title. That's how serious I take my walking. But for anyone who didn't know, my last name is Walker, because I'm that dedicated to the craft of walking. And I suck at running because of my leg structure and my lung capacity. And my inability to breathe, which makes it hard to regulate stuff like running. You know, unless there's a dog attached to me. If I have like a dog leash attached to my waist and I have like free range in my hands, so I just get to let the dog pull me and guide me and, well, not guide me, just pull me. You always have to guide your dog even if they're pulling you. Otherwise, chaos can happen, and then you never want to like be going, well, not going faster than you can handle, but like in certain situations, if you need to suddenly stop, you need to be able to like, this isn't about dog walking and how to control dogs. Anyway, so I'm hiding in the closet and I can finally call the cops, but then I'm getting like an automated message, like not an operator, not somebody who's gonna like answer the phone, just one of those like press X for blah, you know, stuff like that. And then I just hang up, and I left the closet for some reason, either because I realized that the last thing I would want would be to be caught in the closet, you know, on top of the fact that even if I was on the phone with an operator, he might hear me in the closet, considering I'm in the closet that's next to a door that's next to the hall, you know, so he might be able to hear me talking in the closet. It wasn't like a closet full of clothes, it was mostly like an empty closet. There's a little bit of clothes and some shelves in it with enough room for me to fit my body. But then after I realized that the cops weren't gonna be of any help, I left the closet, I guess. I don't know what my intent was, because what do? I'm not gonna defeat this guy in a fight. I mean, I don't know that. Let me not underestimate Dream Me. Technically, they can do anything that they absolutely want, because they're in a dream. They just have to realize that. So I left. I left the closet and started running, I guess. I don't remember what happened between me leaving the closet, but I know that that had to come before what I remember next, because I recall waking up after what happens next. So I ran around, and at one point the guy was chasing me, and I wasn't like, I don't know where I was running. I was definitely running in the direction of the window that I'd like locked before all these shenanigans, where the other guy was. But like, I ran in that direction and then jumped through like a kind of like a window in the house, where it's like there was a hallway here, and then here there was like a gap, like a little wall with a window above it, and then on the other side of that was another gap where there was like a drop, because I think there was either a staircase there, like a really steep staircase, and this was like close to the top. Like if you were to fall down this, you would fall for a few floors and then just land. So I jumped over the gap to the other side of the stairs, where there was just like ground over the little wall blocking the stairs. And I don't remember if the guy like jumped over the gap and then like fell into the gap, or if he like came from around the side and then fell into the gap. But either way, he fell into the gap, which if he came from the side, that means he probably fell down the stairs. But either way, he fell and he was not moving at the bottom of the thing, to which case I kind of like stood there catching my breath, and then I woke up. And the funny thing is, I was standing there, I was worrying, because I remember the other guy was saying something about time travel, so I'm like, oh my god, what if they like go back in time to avoid all of that happening, and then, you know, I have to go through it all again. But then I just woke up, and the part that like fucks me up was I woke up and YouTube videos are still playing on my laptop, because they're not going to stop unless reasons. Sometimes they just stop randomly. I'm not quite sure why, because I'd be asleep. Maybe it's Cthulhu. Who fucking knows? But usually when she walks over my laptop, there's way more chaos than just one simple thing, like a video stopping. But I woke up and the Infinity Vsauce video was playing, which I'm a little baffled at now, because I'm looking at the time and it says it's a 2-hour long video, and it's at 20 minutes when I paused it to record this. But I could have sworn earlier when I woke up it was around like 40 minutes. But the thing about this video is it's like a 5-7 minute video of Jake explaining time paradoxes and time travel and all that stuff, and like the paradoxes that come from time travel, which really fucked me up, because like I came to and he was explaining time travel, and I was like, felt very unsafe, because the dudes in my dream were attacking me and using time travel. And I'm just like, I don't know if this is like, I almost said serendipity, like synchronization, or if the video I was watching was altering my dream. But it's also really trippy because it's like a 7-minute video that just loops over and 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 over again for like 2 hours as he talks about paradoxes and time traveling and just time travels all over the place and kills himself and disappears and then comes back. It's just crazy. And it's like, that's not what you want to wake up to after a dream like that. So I'm a little shaken because, for one, I wanted to sleep through the night. I always want to sleep through the night, especially since I was already tired from this nigga sleeping over, where it's like he's snoring and I can't sleep when people are snoring around me because, like, maybe if it was like a nice consistent stream, then I could blot it out. But because people just snore so haphazardly and unevenly, it like fucks up my concentration and it just like I can't not focus on it. And like sound travels in here. Like I could be blasting music in here and you might not even hear it outside the room. You know, and it's going to be like twice as muffled when you step out of the thing, especially like I have this thin pleather sheet of fabric here over the side of the bed. But if I had like a comforter there and something blocking the entrance, it would be so much harder to hear. But like sound bounces over in here, so if you're snoring in here, it's gonna drive me fucking crazy. So I wake up to this nigga snoring and I'm just like losing my mind a little bit because I hate being woken up, and it pisses me off even more when it's in my den, inside my den, because it's bad enough that this nigga J. Royce always sounds like he's in my room when he's fucking around. Outside, I don't know why he thinks it's okay to like let the table hit the wall when knowing that the wall on the other side is my fucking bedroom, so I'm gonna hear like a few feet away from me. Like, you don't have to keep hitting the wall. You could just pull the table away from the wall. You know, you're not afraid to make noise, so I know you're not afraid of it. You know? But anyway, so that, like, pissed me off, so I woke him up, as I do when people start snoring around me. Don't think you're gonna get sleep if you snore. This is why I don't date people who snore, because I just cannot do it. You're never gonna be allowed to sleep. You're gonna have to wait for me to fall asleep and enter REM, and if I wake up, I'm waking you up. Because I just cannot do it. Cannot and will not. So I'm just like, oh my god, I need you to not snore in here because sound travels so much in here. And then he woke me up around like 12 this morning listening to an anime. For one, like even at low, I feel like you don't really need to have the volume on for a subbed anime. And like he was watching it in the den, so there's like, it's low but the sound is traveling throughout the den because it is a confined space, you know. And I'm just like, I don't understand why you had to do that in the den. You could have gone like a foot away and then you would have been set. So you just woke me up twice on top of me like having to take some hits of a fucking blunt because it was 6 in the morning and I wanted to go to sleep, but I was wide awake. So I took some hits to make myself go to sleep, and it worked. It's all about that regulation, baby. I'm gonna try not to like smoke. I want to say a pack a day. Every time I keep trying to say a pack a day, but like an eighth a day. I'm gonna try not to smoke an eighth a day and just do it when I need it, when I'm upset, when I need to eat, when I'm something. So I feel really frazzled, honestly, because that dream kind of fucked me up. Like, I woke up and I'm like, why do I keep going back to these places? Why do I keep having these dreams where people are trying to hurt me? Like, I don't know, maybe he was gonna fuck me. Why did I want him to fuck me so much? Or, I don't know, maybe I just want to be fucked. I do, but I also want to be loved. I want to be fucked violently by somebody who loves me and whom I love very much, you know? I don't think that's too much to ask for. But I don't know, when it comes to the male species, they just tune out after fucked. They probably don't even hear the violently part. was fucking, that's like how they always tune out when you say sadomasochist. They're like, ooh, masochist, huh? And I'm like, sadomasochist. And like, oh, masochist, so you like pain, huh? I'm like, yeah, I like giving it too. You know? Like, I will take enjoyment fucking with your feelings. If I feel that my feelings do not matter to you, then your feelings stop mattering to me. And then you become victim for like me fucking with your feelings for my own enjoyment. Which, mind you, you can usually tell when that's about to happen, because I'm very open with my current state in all forms of relationship. Like, if I don't want to fuck with somebody, I will let them know. Usually I will let them know exactly why I don't want to fuck with them, and then that usually just makes people project, you know? They're like, oh, well, you're crazy, and there's something wrong with you, and you're just mad, and you think all dudes are the same. And I'm like, maybe if you guys didn't all do the same shit, and say the same shit, and act the same way, and think the same way, and have the same mannerisms and mentality, then maybe people wouldn't think you're all the same. But you see, the thing that just happened there was me telling you what you did, and how it affected me, and why it affected me so bad, and you chose to, instead of process any of those bullet points, you decided to go, oh, well, you just think that I'm the same as everybody else. Well, I mean, you kind of are the same as everybody else, especially if your first instinct is to jump in defending yourself instead of understanding the other person's feelings. You know? You're kind of like proving that you got that sheep mentality, that you think the way everybody else does. Because, I don't know who needs to hear this, but another person's feelings, they're not about you. And if the only thing you can do is defend yourself, then you shouldn't have that friend or that person in your life, because obviously you're valuing your own, like, sense of, what's the word? Your own sense of pride over them. It's like, you fucked up. It's okay to admit that you fucked up. Just work to make it better. It's like what my bro is doing. Like, I can't sit here and say, oh, nobody ever, like, got me an Android randomly, when he's done that now. I can't be like, oh, nobody comes over, or I can't rely on anybody when I need somebody, because he's been coming through when I need him, Which is always nice, because now, like, any active evidence that my brain can use against itself, when, like, the voices start saying, oh, nobody loves you, nobody cares, blah, 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 that is just a wonderful thing. Because then it's like, I can't counteract it, I can't tell myself that people care about me when people are showing me that they don't care, and negating my feelings, and nobody knows about the interests that I literally ramble about constantly, So when people actually show that they do, it really helps my mental state, It's like, I don't know, a lot of people see people that have been emotionally hurt, and then they just expect those people to get over it. But that's not how these things work. You don't just get over what happened to you when other people were involved, and then the people around you still treat you like that, because it's still happening. You can't get over something that's still happening. But I just wanted to, like, talk a little bit in hopes that would make me feel better. I might, like, restart the video, because I don't feel like splicing my videos together, but I might restart to kind of, like, dive deep into my dreams and what all of this has been meaning. But yeah, until next time, Internet Nation, that has been my thoughts at 12 in the morning. Maybe I can go back to sleep. That would be nice. Anyway, know that you're loved. You're loved by this guy. This guy right here, and this guy. It's my boyfriend, Ruben. Ruben Hunter. Bye.